this week is Hearing Awareness Week. It runs from the 1st to the 7th of March, and it's also World Hearing Day, well, today. And joining me on the line to tell us a little bit more about, ear health and some of the different things we need to be keeping an eye out for, Top End Health Services Hearing Services Outreach Program, Senior Audiologist, Salimon Joseph. Good morning to you, Salimon.
Good morning, Katie, and thank you for inviting me to your radio show on this World Hearing Day.
Yeah, World Hearing Day. It's a great, it's obviously a great time to have you on the show and to talk about Hearing Awareness Week as well. As I understand, it's almost half, so 49% of childhood hearing loss is actually preventable.
Absolutely, because the middle ear problem is the root cause of hearing problem, especially in Northern Territory. We have 30% of our population, our indigenous, the first Australian, are living in remote communities, and the children having significant middle ear disorders. It can be middle ear problem, otitis media, perforation, tympanic membrane perforation, or pus in the middle part of the ear. So many middle ear problems. It can be due to the living condition. As you know, the living condition and the overcrowding and smoking in the houses, and so many factors are contributing this high prevalence of middle ear diseases in indigenous population.
Yeah. Well, and Salimon, I know even myself with one of my children, they seem to suffer from a lot of ear infections in their younger years. What are some of the things that we can do really as parents to try and prevent some of the concerns that we have with hearing loss and other issues with ears?
Katie, one simple thing every child need to do is do the nose blowing. If children do nose blowing every day, that will clear their middle part of the ear. There is a tube that is connecting to our back of the throat. It's called eustachian tube. So sometimes that blocks. You will notice when we take off on a plane and when we land, you will get a blocked feeling. So we swallow something, we swallow our saliva, or when we chew something, automatically this eustachian tube opens up and that aerates. So if children at school, every child, small children, especially 0 to 5, if they can do nose blowing every day, that helps. And the other problem in today's world we face is a lot of children are bombarded with very loud noises. So loud noises will create hearing problem. And according to National Acoustic Laboratories of Australia, it's a research division of Hearing Australia, they do research, and 85 decibel, the sound above 85 decibel is dangerous to our hearing. So we need to use earplug in a very loud situation. I travel almost 30 weeks to the remote communities, and our small planes, I think many Territorians travel on small noisy planes, and everyone need to wear earplug and ear muff. Otherwise they will be damaging their inner part of the ear.
And Salimon, what about the use of headphones? Is that something that can impact our hearing negatively as well?
Absolutely right, because the earphone, we don't know how much sound is bombarded into the ear, and we all born with a two cochlea. One cochlea has got 20,000 hair cells when we born, and the hair cells we cannot see with our eyes, but they are small. And what happens is when we bombarded with very loud noises, the hair cells will die, that will damage, and there is no medicine to regrow these hair cells. That is why the new generation, the hearing loss problems will be more onto the new generation because of the bombardment of very loud music.
Wow.
So people need to restrict themselves. They have to control how much sound they are putting in.
Goodness me, probably something I need to keep an eye on in here, Salimon, with my headphones up very loud every day. So I might have to keep a close eye on that.
Absolutely. And the other thing we need to remember as a health professional audiologist, not only Territorians, tomorrow morning I may wake up with hearing loss in one ear or in both ears. That is a clinical emergency. many people don't know, they will delay the doctor's consultation or audiology consultation in that particular situation, but we have got only 1 week time. So if any Territorian notice a sudden hearing loss, they need to present themselves to the emergency department, the nearest hospital, and most likely the ENT specialist will prescribe strong steroid treatment, and most likely there is a chance of getting the hearing back. But if they miss that 1 week, that hearing loss becomes permanent. Nobody can rectify it.
Salimon, we are going to have to wrap up, but before we do, if there is anybody out there this morning listening, maybe concerned that either they or their children have some concerns with their hearing or their ear health, what are the best steps to take?
Please ask their GP for an audiologist consultation. And luckily in Northern Territory, people who doubt about their hearing or difficulty to communicate, if they have difficulty to understand other people, they need to, they can self-refer to, there is a proficient audiology team here in Cass Plaza and at RDH, Royal Darwin Hospital. There are 2 audiologists there. Here at Cass Plaza, there are 7 to 8 audiologists working here. We are here to help Territorians' hearing.
Well, and you know what? You guys do a phenomenal job. I've actually, a few years ago, had to bring my little boy there to see the staff at Cass Plaza. They do a great job. So, as you've said, anybody out there listening, if they are concerned, go and see your GP in the first instance, or they can go down the other path that you've just explained. Salimon Joseph, I really appreciate you having a chat with us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katie, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you for your time. That is Salimon Joseph there, who is the Top End Health Services Hearing Services Outreach Program Senior Audiologist. And, well, you know, it's quite fascinating, I think you'd have to say. Some of us may be even experiencing some issues with our hearing without even realising. And it's something we've got to keep a close eye on. I was saying to Ronnie, my producer, yesterday that my little boy used to suffer from ear infections quite often, and then when we took him to the audiologist, we did realise that he was having some hearing issues. Luckily, they were related to the infections, but, you know, if you don't get on top of these type of things, they can cause some pretty big issues for you and for your kids. So my advice is to try your best, go and see a GP and see if you are able to get referred to that to the hearing health program and hopefully get it sorted.